Lucas Grant adjusted the collar of his uniform and stepped into the research station, mentally preparing himself for the next 6 months. The directive had been clear: observe, interact, and record data on Subject Z-109, a humanoid alien who had spent 2 decades in isolation. His superiors had warned him that she might be eager for company. But nothing could have prepared him for Zara. She stood in the center of the sleek, glass-domed habitat, hands on her hips, studying him with intense, predatory interest. She was stunning, tall, curvaceous, with flowing silver-blonde hair cascading over her shoulders. Her skin, a mesmerizing shade of green, gleamed under the station's artificial lights, and her crystal blue eyes locked onto him with unsettling focus. Then she grinned. A slow, knowing grin. "Oh," she purred, taking a deliberate step toward him. "You're perfect." Lucas took an instinctive step back. Hello. You must be Zara." She didn't respond. She was already circling him, her sharp eyes drinking him in like he was the most fascinating specimen she'd ever encountered. "You're tense," she observed. "And your scent," she inhaled deeply, her lashes fluttering. "A male. Strong, healthy." Lucas cleared his throat. "I suppose that's a good thing." "It's an excellent thing," she declared, stepping closer, too close. He could feel the heat radiating from her body, smell something faintly sweet and dangerously intoxicating in the air. His pulse spiked before he even realized why. Zara's grin widened. "Ah. You feel it." Lucas frowned. "Feel what?" "The pull." She tilted her head. "The biological imperative. I've spent 20 years without a male. My body is starving for contact." She placed a hand on his chest. "And you are exactly what I need." Lucas swallowed hard. "That's not how this works." Zara arched a brow. "It isn't." He took her wrist and gently but firmly moved her hand away. "No. I'm here to study your species, not to." Zara suddenly pounced, moving inhumanly fast, pinning him against the wall before he could react. Lucas let out a very unscientific yelp. Her arms caged him in, one hand flat against the wall beside his head. She leaned in, lips just inches from his, her scent wrapping around him like a drug. His heart pounded. Not just from shock, but from the way she was looking at him. Like he was something delicious. "You're adorable when you try to resist," she murmured, purring deep in her throat. Lucas squeezed his eyes shut. "I'm not resisting. I mean, I am resisting, because this is highly inappropriate." She inhaled again, this time at the base of his throat, and he shuddered involuntarily. "Oh, this is fun," she said happily. Lucas's brain screamed at him to focus. Control the situation. Be professional. "Zara," he said, trying to sound calm and authoritative, which was difficult given that she was pressing up against him in a barely there metallic bikini. "Human courtship is a process. We don't just jump straight to the physical." Zara blinked. "You don't?" "No." She looked deeply confused for a moment, then intrigued. She tapped a finger against her chin. "Then, what do we do first?" Lucas exhaled in relief. "Progress. Well, for starters, we talk. Get to know each other. Go on dates." Zara's eyes sparkled with mischief. "And when do we get to the mating?" Lucas groaned. This was going to be a very long assignment. Lucas sat across from Zara in the research station's small dining area, doing his best to ignore the way she was watching him. She leaned forward, resting her chin on one hand, her bright blue eyes locked onto him like a hunter tracking prey. Every now and then, she licked her lips, not subtly, not absent-mindedly, but in a way that made Lucas extremely aware of the fact that she was imagining all the ways she could devour him. "So," she purred, "this dating thing. We talk. I ask you questions. You ask me questions. Then we mate." Lucas pinched the bridge of his nose. "No, Zara." Whom she tilted her head. "I'm struggling to see the purpose of this delay." He sighed. It's about building a connection. Emotional intimacy before physical intimacy. Zara considered this for all of 2 seconds before shrugging. That sounds unnecessary. Lucas had dealt with difficult subjects before: territorial alien species, creatures with little regard for human boundaries, but nothing had prepared him for a hyper-curious, sex-starved alien woman who saw romance as an inconvenient detour. Zara tapped her fingers against the table, her expression thoughtful. All right. I'll play this game. Lucas exhaled in relief. Finally. Some progress. What do humans do on these dates? She asked. Well, we share a meal. Zara nodded. Good. Fuel for mating. Lucas groaned. We also talk about our lives. Interests, things we enjoy. Zara's lips curled. Oh, I know exactly what I enjoy. He wasn't taking that bait. For example, he continued, I enjoy reading, music, exploration. Zara propped her chin on her hand. I enjoy you. Lucas nearly choked on his water. She sat back, clearly pleased with herself. This dating thing is easy. Before he could argue, she vanished in a blur of motion, only to reappear in his lap, straddling him. Lucas made a strangled noise. Zara, I'm sorry, are we not sharing body heat? She asked innocently. You said we're supposed to get to know each other. Yes, but not like this. She blinked. Your body disagrees. Lucas winced, because unfortunately, she wasn't wrong. Her scent, warmth, and the maddening softness of her skin were doing things to his body that his rational scientist brain had no control over. He needed to regain the upper hand. Fast. Clearing his throat, he gently but firmly gripped her waist and set her back in her chair. Zara. In human culture, personal space is important. She frowned. You keep using that word. Space. Her fingers traced the table absent-mindedly. I thought humans liked closeness. We do. Just, at the right time. Zara let out a dramatic sigh, draping herself across the table like a bored cat. So much waiting. So many rules. Lucas smirked. You'll survive. She squinted at him. Will you? Before he could react, Zara's skin began to shimmer, releasing a faint golden dust into the air. Lucas's body immediately heated up. His pulse spiked, and a sudden, overwhelming sense of desire coiled low in his stomach. Oh no. He gripped the table. Zara, what did you just do? She grinned. Pheromones. Helps. Ensure a mate stays interested. Lucas's jaw clenched. Interested was putting it mildly. His body was on fire. Zara leaned forward, her voice a sultry whisper. So, Lucas, how long do humans wait before mating again? Lucas swore under his breath. This was going to be a long night. Lucas gripped the edge of the table, every muscle in his body locked in a desperate battle for self-control. The effects of Zara's pheromones were relentless, flooding his system with a primal need that was at complete odds with his logical mind. Across from him, Zara sat completely at ease, chin resting on her palm as she watched him squirm. She smirked. Humans have excellent restraint. Lucas gritted his teeth. It's not restraint if you're chemically compromising me. Zara laughed, soft and sultry, sending another shiver through him. Oh, relax. My species uses pheromones to enhance attraction, not force it. I'm just helping things along. Lucas exhaled slowly. He could handle this. He was a professional. He was. Zara stood and moved around the table, her every step deliberate. Oh, shit. Before he could react, she slid into his lap again, straddling him just as she had before, but this time, she didn't stop there. She ran her hands down his chest, fingers tracing the lines of his muscles through his uniform. Lucas's breathing hitched. She leaned in, lips a breath away from his ear. If your mind wants to say no, she murmured, why does your body keep begging me to continue? Lucas squeezed his eyes shut. Because my body is an idiot. Zara chuckled, warm and pleased. She shifted against him, her hips pressing. Exactly where he didn't need them to. Lucas swore under his breath. Zaira. She kissed his jaw. He groaned, clenched his hands into fists, and fought the overwhelming urge to flip her onto the table and give in. I need to. He had no idea what he needed to do. Because his brain was rapidly short-circuiting, overridden by the sheer heat of her. Zaira pulled back slightly, studying him. Her expression was playful, but there was something else there too. Something raw. You want me. Her voice was softer now. Lucas exhaled heavily. That's not up for debate. Then why are you holding back? Because if he started, he wasn't sure he'd be able to stop. Because this wasn't just some experiment. Because she was dangerous, not just in the way she completely unraveled him, but in the way he was starting to crave her. Zaira's hands slid up his chest, her nails lightly scratching his skin through the fabric.